Hi, my friends. Today I wanted to talk about our bubbles. Now, we all have that personal space, right? And we call it our bubble of personal space. Well, I'm going to be reframing that bubble to a new way to think about it, to protect you and shield you from things that you don't want to be exposed to. Now, how often do we find ourselves in a situation where we are uncomfortable, or maybe we're being spoken to with disrespect, or maybe we're being attacked? This is when using the bubble will come into play. Now, I want you to imagine yourself with a protective force field around you, and this will shield you from anything sticking to you and absorbing into you, because you don't want to absorb anyone else's negativity or unkind words or things like that. So it's a mindset, but I want you to imagine yourself being covered with this force field, and I want you to picture it in a color that speaks to you, a color that is very powerful to you, that represents something deep to you. It could represent something loving, something strong, something courageous. Excuse me, it's allergy season. So I want you to imagine being surrounded by this force field. Now, you can think of it as a bubble, or you can think of it as like a warm, fuzzy blanket that you're wrapping yourself up in, protecting yourself from the attack at hand, so to speak, because you don't want that to absorb into your mind, into your thoughts, into your body. So try this concept. The next time someone is speaking to you unkindly, or even not even to you, but somebody that is around you may be talking poorly or offensively, and you don't want that to stick to you, you can force field yourself. And if it's that bad, you can also force field them and create that same force field around them as well. So you have that double layer of protection. Now, it's all a mindset, but it truly does help give you a visualization to keep yourself secure and protected. And that's what we want to do. Now, my kids have come home from school, they're in grade school, and they will say things like, you know what, so-and-so said some really mean and hurtful things to me. I wanted to cry, or I was really embarrassed, or they're using really foul language around me, and it really makes me upset. So I taught my children this concept, and I said, okay, bubble yourself. Bubble yourself. When you feel that an attack is coming on, or there's something icky going on around you and you don't want it to stick to you, bubble yourself. And it was something simple enough that they could do. And they couldn't come home fast enough the next day to tell me all about the opportunities they had to bubble themselves. And they said, it works, Mom, it works. But you know what? That's how powerful our minds are. That is how powerful. So if you can create a visualization that can protect you and keep you safe from emotional turmoil, from emotional attacks, from anything like that, that will change the way you think about something in a negative way, you can absolutely protect yourself from it. So I want you to try it. That's my challenge to you today, is to go out into the world and try this. I was able to try it my first time. I was sitting in an NA meeting with my dad, supporting him, and I'm surrounded by all of these people that are very raw and very real, and the words they used were very crass and sometimes hard to swallow and a little offensive. And so I found myself trying it. I just thought, you know what, I don't want to put off this vibe that I'm too good for anyone here, and I don't want to put off that I'm being offended by anything that's being said, because they're just speaking straight from their hearts and their experiences that they are having in life. So I created that force field, that imaginary force field around myself, and I just pictured it, you know, being there and being able to hear what they were saying, but not have their words stick to me. And it worked. It really did. And it helped me enjoy the meeting so much more, knowing that the offensive language that was being used was just bouncing right off of me and not sticking to me and not damaging my soul, so to speak. And it really did help me. So I challenge you all to try this. You can apply it anywhere, anytime, to people you know, love, and trust, to people who are strangers around you. Just remember, all it takes is your mind to turn on that switch and say, okay, none of this is going to stick to me. I'm going to wrap myself up in this warm fuzzy blanket, or bubble wrap it. I'm going to do the force field. I'm going to bubble myself. I'm going to bubble them. It's ultimately a protection. And it goes to show you how powerful your mind is. So I'd love to hear back. If any of you try this and have success with it, I would love you to share. I'd love to hear back from you all. And I will see you next week.